Yeah, obviously, just an awesome environment. Great game to be a part of. Credit Kansas. They made all the plays late. Got that 5-point lead in the second half. Really started to find a rhythm. Credit McCullough. That quarter three. Rainbow was a heck of a dagger shot. Wish we would have played better, but credit their team for that. Credit the environment. It really knocked us on our heels. We don't go to many places this organized with the fan involvement. So that was a heck of an environment, and I think it rattled us for a while.
Dan, you guys have obviously been so dominant for a while now. To Lou finally, the winning streak finally over this way. I mean, a couple guys struggling. You're down a very key player, and I think Cam might have been hobbling a little bit. I don't know, but
yeah.
Do you still take some pride in the way the guys fought tonight?
Yeah, I mean, just like Kansas, UConn, we don't do the moral victories or silver linings. We just Tristen carried us tonight. Tristen played like that was a virtuoso performance. I thought the program and our guys showed a champion's heart by putting ourselves in position to have a three to steal it and get out of here with a win. I like the champion's heart. I believe, I wish we would have played better, but I do believe that last year's team on December 1st was better than this year's team on December 1st. But I do think that this year's team has a chance to be as good as last year's team when we're fully healthy and playing in March.
And it just was Cam. I mean, obviously Cam seemed to have a foot situation.
Cam came in with a foot, and then there was an aggravation of the other foot. So, but he gutted it out, battled with Steph out. He battled for us.
Dan, can you just talk about
what are you doing here?
Yeah, I figured I'd come down.
I never thought
I'd come down and check
I
you out.
never laugh after I lose, but shit.
Just this gauntlet you have coming up with Carolina and Gonzaga, and how you can't really get too high or too low after one game. I mean, just the schedule coming up and what it means.
Yeah, we'll get low after this one, though. We'll get low. We're not. We haven't become. We're not accustomed to losing with where we got the program at. Our expectation was that tonight's game was going to be really, really hard. There's not many teams in the country in this type of a showdown Friday night game would have a chance to come in here and win it. But listen, when you're a top tier program and a big brand and a blue blood and a national champion, you owe it to college basketball. You owe it to your fans. You owe it to the sport to go play these types of games in your non-conference. So. Indiana, Texas, Carolina, Gonzaga, Kansas. We would play Duke if they want to start doing home and homes. I mean, we want to play these types of home and homes. I think they're great for college basketball.
Have you talked to Duke about that?
We talk to everybody. But I'll talking to everybody. Because the Bryant coach called me out for not scheduling him. I don't know. Did he win today? Did they beat Brown? Yeah, they were down 7. I got called out by the Bryant coach for not scheduling him, so I guess I'll just start doing that shit.
Dan, back here. What did you think of KU's ability to switch screens particularly away from the ball? What did you think of their defensive performance against what you?
Yeah, I mean that's like for all the stuff that we do movement-wise off the ball. That's something that takes away from a lot of that movement, and I think it took us a while. I thought in the second half we started to see like the slips on the switches and the openings, and offensively I thought we had a much better like feel for that. But it's tough with Adams because he moves like he's a big strong guy, but he flies around like a guard. So it's like it's hard to take advantages of like even guard on the ball matchups with Adams at the 4 in a ball screen because the guy's got unique movement and he's so strong.
Dan, just looking at the big man matchup between Dickinson and Klingon, What did you kind of think about that, and how did Dickinson kind of pose some challenges?
Yeah, I was really nervous about the matchup because Hunter is such a technician there, and Donovan's still in terms of like a back to the basket player. I think he probably learned a lot tonight from that matchup in terms of how Hunter posted up, and he probably learned a lot from that matchup tonight. We've got to get Donovan the ball more. But I think this was a really, really good learning experience, especially going into a matchup with Baycott on Tuesday.
Dan, how did you adjust defensively after they got out to that initial big lead?
Yeah, listen, I think we had a couple of transition things, some live ball turnovers. I thought like we wanted to come into the game. They've been shooting bad. They've struggled shooting. McCullough was the one guy that we were really worried about, and Furphy. So really the plan was just to go under everything with them. But we were so soft on the ball. We pressed into the ball better and then got under screens later. But I think we might have screwed our guys up tonight by being a little bit too soft. They threw it wherever they wanted. They played too tight to the three-point line. So I don't think that we did a very good job of that as coaches. And I think we had a lot to do with the slow start.
Tristen, it's been so long since you guys have lost the game. What was the feeling in the locker room afterwards? Is it almost shock, or is it?
I mean, you come into every game trying to win a game. It's been long, so obviously we didn't feel good. It was just we went in there, talked about it, and it just wasn't a good feeling.
And with Alex and Cam kind of struggling tonight, did you kind of take it upon yourself to really, like Coach said, put the team on your back?
We trust Alex and Cam. Every shot they took, we lived with it, and we want them to take that shot. So I just pick my spots and be aggressive when I can, and coaches and my teammates have confidence in me to shoot and be aggressive. So they gave me some looks, so I just took them when I could.
Tristen, right here. You 6 threes. At what point in the game did you start to really feel it and know, that they say the hoop gets bigger and bigger as the shots go in?
I have a lot of confidence. So after the first one went in, I had a lot of confidence. But Donovan, he was doing a good job setting the screens, and Cam and whoever Joe was finding me on the spaceways. So all credit to them, man. Yeah.
Tristen, can you follow up on Coach Hurley's comments just on KJ Adams and what the matchup is there for your whole team?
Yeah, like you said, he moves like a guard. He moves better than most guards, honestly, and he's very strong. So it's hard to drive him. And he's a good player, and he did good today. But the switching and stuff like that, it was different. It's something that I don't think we've ever seen. And credit to him for having a good game today.
Tristen, you mentioned coming into this game how much you love road games, but how much did the crowd really affect you guys on the court? And you personally, how were you able to shut that kind of off and go off like you did?
Well, we've been in national championship games, so I feel like no crowd can really faze us. And I've been in college for 5 years, so this is, I've been a part of games like this. Not, especially with UConn, I've been a part of a lot of games like this. So, I don't feel like the crowd really affected us. We just have to come out better as a team and more aggressive.
What do you feel like you can learn from this performance going forward, especially with these next couple of tough games?
Yeah, just we have to go in the game ready. We can't come out flat-footed, and I feel like pretty much just come out a lot faster and just don't be flat-footed coming up again.
Take one or two more.
Tristen, what do you guys have to do mentality-wise just to get ready? Now you got Carolina in a couple days, then you got Gonzaga. It's a tough gauntlet there with those games, and how much are you kind of looking forward to another challenge, and how can you get the guys ready for that?
We're just gonna watch the film and see what we did. I feel like mentally we're fine, but I just feel like it's just us as a team just executing and playing a lot harder. But looking forward to these big games. At UConn, this is what we want to do, and this is what we look forward to. So we're gonna be ready on Tuesday.